Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to another episode of the Matchday Live series. Today, Arsenal are at home in front of a packed stadium for the first time in quite some time. Before we do jump in today's episode though, just a refresher that this is FIFA 21. Of course, when FIFA 22 is released, we will be switching this series over to FIFA 22. So look forward to that once it is upon us. So I'm not entirely sure how many games we're going to be getting out of FIFA 21 before we do make the switch. But enough of that, let's crack on with this one then. As I said, in front of our home stadium, in front of the home fans for the first time in a while, a packed stadium. It's going to be quite some atmosphere, hopefully anyway. But of course, we are up against Chelsea now. Chelsea started the season off with a 3-0 win, I think it was. And of course, there is a chance that Romelu Lukaku will be starting. If not starting, he may feature in today's game. If he does, Arsenal got to watch out for him because, of course, he is one of the top strikers within European and even world football. Obviously has experience in the Premier League as well. He knows what it takes to score in the Premier League, so it's going to be very, very difficult for Arsenal today, especially with the start that we had last Friday against Brentford, losing 2-0 on the opening day. So currently, as things stand, Arsenal do see themselves 17th in the Premier League, which is obviously not where we need to be, not where we deserve to be. Well, actually, it is where we deserve to be, but of course the fans don't think that. And if we do lose here against Chelsea, depending on the goal difference, we could very easily see ourselves within the bottom three by the end of the day. There is another 2 games, I believe, kicking off before this one gets started. I can't remember who they are. But of course, we need to get the job done ourselves. We need 3 points today. It's going to be a tough ask, but we can do it. We have made 2 signings in the last couple of days as well. We made the Odegaard move permanent, and of course brought in Aaron Ramsdale, the Sheffield United goalkeeper, 23-year-old English goalkeeper, a decent signing. 24 million though, questions have to be asked whether that's going to be worth it. Only time will tell on it. So no hate from me on Ramsdale or Odegaard. I'm pretty excited for Odegaard, but of course he needs to be a regular, and we need to stop playing Xhaka, as I mentioned in previous episodes, because the longest that we have Granit Xhaka playing, we're just going to be playing negative football. He ignores the runs of the attackers and slows down our attacking creativity side more than people think. So I will be watching him today if he does start, of course. There's Martinelli there getting the equalising goal. But yeah, as I said, I will be watching out for Granit Xhaka, watching everything he does, because that's what I like to judge a player on, watching his performance. Obviously, if he plays good, then I've got no hate against the guy, but he makes far too many mistakes. His positional play is terrible. So we're hoping for a little bit more from him today. We're going to need it. As I said, if he does start, we're going to need it through the midfield. But there is Big Rom. He gets Chelsea back in front here at the Emirates Stadium. Then 2-1. We did see Martinelli score for Arsenal. We all know that Martinelli does like a goal against Chelsea. Will he be starting today? I'm not entirely sure. It did seem a little bit off the pace against Brentford last week, but again, he was at the Olympics just a few days before, so he would have been a little bit travel fatigued. Will he be fully fit for today's game? It'll be interesting to see whether he starts or whether Aubameyang will be starting today, because I believe Aubameyang was back in training. Both Aubameyang and Lacazette was said to have had COVID. So that was the reason that they were both out last week. At least that is the excuse from Mikel Arteta. I'm not sure I quite believe it, but we'll see what goes on with the starting 11 this week. Tavares, he's made a positive start to Arsenal. I'd rather see him playing on a right back position than Chambers, if I'm totally honest. Bellerin has got a shout at starting at right back as well. So too Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So again, it's going to be interesting what Arteta goes with in that right back position, because that's where we really struggled last week, and we shouldn't have done so. So we'll see how we get on. But there is Bernd Leno. Obviously, he'll be fighting, or at least having the pressure on himself for that starting position, because no doubt Mikel Arteta will be wanting Ramsdale to be starting as soon as he is up to it. So there's going to be a good challenge for that number 1 spot. But of course, Ramsdale is going to be limited to the chances or opportunities this season because we don't have the the Europa League. There we go. I was going to say Champions League, but obviously the Europa League this season. We have no European action at all, so that's one competition down where you would have said Ramsdale would have had more of a chance to start than Leno. So maybe he'll get his chance within the cups, in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Again, if we get knocked out of those, his chances starting in those games will also be limited. But let's see if Arsenal can get themselves an equaliser goal here. Chelsea looking good the start of this season. They want to be picking off where they left last season, of course. And there is Thiago Silva just taking down Saka, who did come on. Gets himself a yellow card, and Chelsea are going to get this ball away. Kante then to Pulisic. Pulisic won't be playing in today's game. I can't remember exactly why. I don't know if he got, was it COVID? I don't know if he got COVID as well, or maybe just an injury, but I did read that Pulisic won't be starting for Chelsea today. But 5 minutes remaining, that was played through. Ziyech is there, and again, look at the Arsenal defenders. 4, 5, even 6 players around the cluster of Chelsea attackers there, and somehow Ziyech just breaks through and smashes it into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper couldn't keep it out, and Chelsea are going to be taking the 3 points here at the Emirates Stadium, which is pretty much predicted anyway. But a good finish there. Who was it? Was it Pablo Mari? I'm not a big fan of Mari's either, I have to say. He doesn't seem up to the standards which Arsenal need in defence. I don't think Gabriel's going to be back either, so a little bit weaker on the defensive side. Ben White didn't have the greatest of debuts for Arsenal too, so we're hoping for better from him. I did read an article the other day that people expect Ben White to be a future England captain. Not sure about that. We'll have to wait and see. Possibly got the potential, but to be totally honest, I haven't seen him play too much throughout his Leeds and Brighton time. So you can only judge him on what he does in an Arsenal shirt. And I think, guys, that is going to be about it for the end of today's episode. Chelsea are going to be taking this one 3-1 in front of a packed stadium. I'm sure there'll be a lot of boos ringing out if this is the result at the end of the game. But I hope you did enjoy it. Leave your predictions in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did like it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.